Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see behind me, I've got my M140i, and today is a dyno day. So what we're going to do today is get my M140i on a dyno. The car is totally stock. I haven't got any kind of performance mods on the car, so no tuning box, no induction kit. I'll go around the car anyway and show you that anyway. The other thing what we're going to do is we're going to get the Audi S8 Plus that was on the channel recently. We're just going to wait for that to turn up and we're going to get that on the dyno. I'm down at MsL Performance in Birmingham. I'm sure you've heard about them. Obviously a massive kind of tuning company, sort of. They do quite a lot of, like, say, in-house maps, dyno runs and all of that. I'm sure you've heard of them. They do massive amount of hostings of like car meets as well, so no need for me to go well into that, but I'm going to get a lot of footage of the dyno runs anyway. So yeah, first of all guys, what we're going to do is quickly show you the M140i again. I know it's been a while, and then obviously we'll wait for the Audi S8 Plus to turn up as well. So come on, let's go and look at this while the S8 turns up. So as you can see guys, I've got no performance mods. I did have an induction kit here, the Motec one. I've taken that off for the dyno run just to see what this car produces stock wise. There's no kind of blue spot box that was obviously hidden under there at one point, but that's all come off. So the car performance wise is completely stock. So yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see how much power this car makes. Obviously factory spec, this car produces about 340 horsepower, but you can click on the link above to have a bet as to what this car is going to produce. And while we're talking of it, look what's turned up, the S8 Plus. So I've just lined up the two cars, the M140i and the S8. We're just waiting for the dyno to kind of kick on, just waiting for a slot. But yeah, just look at the two cars. I mean, that thing just makes my car look like a little baby. That thing there, look how purposeful it looks. I mean, we've done the full review on this car anyway, well, impressions video. You can go back and check that if you like. But these two cars, I mean, yeah, totally different type of cars anyway. Uncle Maz is standing right over there. Let's zoom into him. There we go. That was the guy that was speaking the other day. I didn't see his face, but today we're going to make him on-camera shy. So what? We got some other wipes going off at the back there. We're waiting for another chap to turn up, and what the plan's going to be around the S8 is, obviously this car's got a map on it at the moment. We're going to get this car dyno tested as well. The map's going to come off. We're going to dyno test it. Stock, it produces something like about 610 horsepower. We're going to see what it actually produces stock on the dyno. We're then going to get the map put back on the car. That map is done by a guy from a guy called Tariq from a company called AMS Performance in Worcestershire, but when he turns up we'll plug him in as well. And then we're going to see what this produces, because Uncle Maz last week was saying that it's around the 700 bhp mark. Let's go and talk to him right now.
How you doing guys, you alright?
So you were saying it's about 700 last week?
Yeah, that's what I was told, 700, 710 maybe, but like I said to you last week, once I get in the dyno,
then you know what it's going to be. What do you reckon?
But the good thing is, like you just mentioned, they can take the map off.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is standard. It might be 600, it might be 605, it might be 610.
Yeah.
Then they're going to put the map on there, the one that's on there now, and then after that, then they're going to tweak it if they can more to get the maximum.
Okay.
And then we know exactly what's what, and
what's what, yeah.
Things are looking good.
Alright.
Beautiful day. Bang on.
Yep. So yeah, let's see what this thing produces. Okay. That did sound nice, didn't it? So let's see what this thing produces. Let's see what the M140i produces. And
on a go.
we're at MsL Performance. We're going to get the S8 Plus on the dyno. The car, like I said before, has got a map on it. We're going to take the map off and then get it dynoed and then put it back on. That map was done by a company called AMS Performance UK, and this is Tariq from AMS Performance.
Hi.
Tariq, you want to tell us about what you do and like what's the run-of-the-mill stuff that you do to cars?
Yeah, so I mean anything that's really performance related, we breathe on in any way, shape or form. I mean, you know, whether it's down to routine servicing on performance cars, or whether it's enhancements and performance upgrades and anything that is kind of not out of the box. We develop a lot as well, and we work closely with customers that have got performance cars, high performance cars, supercars, and we just get them to where they feel that they need to be when they want just that little bit of an edge on their cars, you know. So yeah, I mean, we've been doing it for a number of years now, and we're quite passionate about what we do. So, you know, it's not just a case of work for us. You know, we're crazy about cars. We've got petrol in the veins. So yeah, you know, we enjoy what we do, and you know, if the customer's happy with it as well, then it's all great.
So where about are you based? And like, say, I mean, what sort of cars you do? I mean, you driving them through here, kind of thing. And
yeah, so I mean, we're based in Worcester, which is around 26 miles away from Birmingham, and we're in the city centre there. So yeah, I mean, we seem to be doing a lot really at the moment on especially the F80 M3s and the M4s. They're so tunable, but I think really as a package for what they're, the value of what they are, you know, you can easily get 500 brake, 550 out of these. We're developing now where we're putting hybrid turbos onto stuff, running meth injection, and then, you know, we're getting way above 600 bhp now out of these. Rear-wheel drive, so there is a little bit of an issue getting traction down, but you know, we've learned to sort of develop maps now so that we're pushing the torque higher up the rev range, so that it's more of a linear power that gets being delivered to the rear wheels, which makes it a bit more controllable, and it's not so tail end happy, but they are weapons, and you know, we love them. But then on the other note, we do a lot with RS6s. Again, it's a cracking engine. You know, it's phenomenal speed really once they're stage 2 tuned. So yeah, you know, it's what we do.
brilliant. So guys, if you've got any F80s, M3s, M4s, or any German car like Terry kind of mentioned, and if you are around the Midlands, then definitely check out AMS Performance UK. I'll drop all the kind of details in the description below in the video anyway. The dyno is now free, so what we're going to do now is get the cars on there as well as my M140i, so let's go and do that right now. guys, so we've just literally just taken the cars off the dyno. So we've got the S8 Plus here. We've obviously got my M140i, and then we've got AMS's M3 over there. So guys, what do you think of the power then? So this thing produces 714 bhp at the crank. So AMS?
Yeah, so we're really pleased. I mean, that's a stage 1 tune that we've put on there. We ran a few adjustments on the files, and yeah, it pulled it really strong. It was a strong, nice bass to start with. But yeah, 714, even with the temps that we had today, I think if we'd have ran it again when it got much cooler, we would have seen around 724. And I mean, I'm sure Maz has drove it now as well. He's noticed the difference. Do you agree with that, Maz?
100%. I'll just drive it down the road and show them that little
oh yeah, this little drag strip of us. Yeah.
I took it down there. Yeah, I've took it down there. I felt the difference straight away. I mean, what can I say? I'm more than impressed, more than happy.
Yeah.
The last words basically. And I've got to say a big thanks to
AMS
in Worcester, Tarek's the man.
Yep, and, I'll drop all the details in the description below. So you know, last week when we did the video on this car here, you said that it might be over 700. It clearly is.
At the time, I was told by Tarek 700 roughly, and I said to you then, I go, it might be 700, it might be more, but I didn't think it's going to be that much more, to be honest, or maybe a couple here and there.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, what we never do is we never exaggerate the figures. Originally when we stage 1 mapped it and we'd adjusted with the file and done some data logging, we knew that it was going to be strong. I knew it was going to be over 700, but I always like to just play it down a little bit, just so that there's no unexpected expectations and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, and to be honest, to get 714 on a hot day, where I know that we can probably pull a bit more than that on a stage 1. Yeah, it's a testament that it's strong, it's good, the car's great, and our main purpose really is for the customer to be happy, and he's happy with that, we're happy with that, so it's all good.
Brilliant. Obviously he's happy. Look at that.
I mean, the size of the car and the power that we've got out of it, that's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
I mean, that is phenomenal. I had a Porsche 911 Turbo S 997 about a year and a half ago, and that was 680 brake horse.
Yeah, and this thing, for the size of it, pulling 714.
Yeah, and the torque was basically equivalent. Yeah, I was just going to say before we go, that's a stage 1, keep in mind. Now if it was a stage 2...
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, break over the 800 mark on these kind of thing. It's mad, isn't it? Okay, so guys, now we've obviously talked about the S8 Plus here. We got to move on to my car here, because it's my car. So this car then, guys, was on the dyno. This is stock. I showed you the engine bay earlier on. There's no tuning on this car, none whatsoever. It produced, and here's the graph, it produced at the crank 380 odd horsepower with about 570 newton meters of torque. That B58, guys, I always blag on about it in all my videos, all my vlogs, that it's a powerhouse of an engine. The guy inside, even he was surprised at whether there was a map on this thing or not, but clearly there isn't. And the only thing this car's got is obviously the M Performance exhaust, which is mainly for sound and aesthetics, nothing more than that. But 380 odd horsepower, here's the graph again, pulling out of this B58, so I'm obviously very kind of happy with that. And back to AMS, what can you do to this then?
This one we're going to leave it to be a surprise.
Oh, okay.
As soon as it's your car, what we'll do is you'll drop this to us, we're going to data log it a few times, run a few different files out and stuff, and then it will be back here at MsL for you to do another dyno run on it and watch this space.
So finally we've got the F80 M3 AMS Performance UK's kind of build car here. Now we're going to move on to Tarek again.
Yeah, so yeah, this one we've got a couple of tricks up our sleeve. We've just installed the hybrid turbos onto it. There are other people that have done it, but each to their own. I believe that what we were able to achieve, it's a testament to what we've achieved this time in the Audi S8 Plus. So yeah, again, once we've developed it and we've done everything we need to do, we'll be back onto dyno with that one, and then we'll put the figures up and we'll get you back again to
Brilliant.
that as well.
Brilliant. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, found it entertaining, informative, and obviously giving you like a little kind of taste of what these cars are producing. If you are looking to get your car mapped, then definitely check out AMS Performance in Worcestershire in the Midlands. Be sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more of this car related content. And hopefully guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.